Have you ever noticed how quickly the world demands an answer? Say something, defend yourself, prove your worth. We are trained to equate silence with guilt and noise with power. But what if that's a lie? What if every time you rush to explain, to correct, to clarify, what you were really doing was handing over control? The world has convinced you that if you don't speak up, you'll be misunderstood. But maybe misunderstanding is not your problem to fix. Maybe the need to always be heard is not a virtue. It's a leash. Nietzsche didn't see strength in those who shouted the loudest. He saw it in those who stood still, while others trembled for approval. Because true power does not chase understanding. It does not beg to be interpreted. It does not throw words like stones. It watches, it waits, and when it speaks, it does so not to persuade, but to conclude. You've been taught to believe that your voice is your weapon, but the weapon was never your voice. It was your restraint, your pause, your refusal to flinch when provoked. Silence is not the absence of something. It is the presence of something more potent than explanation, certainty. The kind of certainty that does not waver when misunderstood. The kind that lets others fill the silence with their own projections, their own guilt, their own unraveling. The person who remains quiet while others scramble to interpret. He is not weak. He is dangerous. Because in a world addicted to reaction, the one who does not flinch becomes the one who holds all the power. The ego is not a villain. It is a child, panicked, impatient, and always needing the last word. It scrambles to reclaim control the moment it senses misunderstanding. You feel it when someone disrespects you, when your value is questioned, when silence lingers too long. That burn inside, that impulse to fire back, to explain, to defend. That is not your truth speaking. That is your ego demanding reassurance that you still exist, that you still matter. But reacting to everything that touches your wound doesn't protect you. It reveals you. Every reaction is a doorway, and those who understand human behavior, manipulators, narcissists, puppeteers of emotion, they don't need to break you. They just need to find your door. A cold glance, a sharp silence, a delayed message, and suddenly your inner world is burning. Because the ego believes that reaction equals control. But what it forgets is this. The more reactive you are, the more predictable you become. And the more predictable you are, the easier you are to manipulate. Not because you are weak, but because you've forgotten how to be still. When you begin to observe your reactions instead of obeying them, you take back power, not from others, but from the illusion that your ego has ever kept you safe. You start to realize that not everything deserves a response. That silence is not a passive act, but a disciplined one. The ego wants to be loud. The soul wants to be free. And every time you choose not to react, you create space for something deeper than victory. You create space for clarity, for sovereignty, for self-respect. Silence is not emptiness. It is a mirror. And in that mirror, those around you begin to see themselves, sometimes for the very first time. When you stop defending, stop explaining, stop filling the air with words designed to soothe or correct, you create a void. And human beings, by nature, cannot tolerate a void. They fill it with stories, with projections, with whatever fears or guilt already live inside them. Your silence does not just withhold words. It reflects back everything they tried to avoid. Most people don't want truth. They want affirmation. They want noise to drown out the discomfort of their own conscience. But when you go quiet, they begin to hear it, the hum of their own insecurity, the echo of their own wrongs. Your absence becomes evidence. Your stillness becomes a judgment they can't escape. And the ones who relied on your constant reassurance, your endless explanations, your predictable presence, they begin to unravel. Not because you harmed them, but because you stopped managing their illusions. There is a strange kind of power in becoming the void that others must confront. You do not have to raise your voice to be heard. You do not have to argue to win. You do not have to prove your worth to hold value. In silence, you become the canvas onto which others paint their truths or their lies. And while they wrestle with the discomfort of not being able to read you, you remain still, not from apathy, but from mastery. Because when you finally realize that silence can be a mirror, you also realize this: the less you say, the more others reveal. Manipulators don't need to shout to control you. They don't need a knife or a threat or even a word. All they need is your reaction, your attention, your participation in the script they've carefully written for you. When you stop reacting, when you do not flinch, when you do not explain or defend or soften the silence, they panic, because silence disrupts the rhythm of control. It breaks the unspoken contract that says, you will always respond. You will always play your part. They don't fear your absence. They fear their irrelevance. The manipulator thrives on emotional feedback. A sigh, a protest, a flood of words trying to repair what they keep breaking. But the moment you go quiet, not the wounded silence of retreat, but the sovereign silence of choice, their entire strategy collapses. They throw accusations. They twist the narrative. They beg for just one more explanation, one more apology, one more argument. Not because they seek resolution, but because they seek your energy. Your reaction is their fuel. And when you withhold it, they are left alone with their own noise. And that is what they fear most. Because when you no longer mirror their chaos, when you stop giving them the satisfaction of your emotional labor, they are forced to face what they truly are: empty. It is not your absence that injures them. It is the mirror your silence becomes. In that stillness they cannot hide. And in that stillness you begin to heal, not by fixing them, but by finally refusing to carry what was never yours to hold. Power doesn't always announce itself with sound. Sometimes it's in the delay, in the pause between provocation and response, in the way your eyes remain still while someone else is unraveling. The Übermensch, the higher self, the sovereign soul, does not waste energy proving anything. He does not shout to be heard. He does not scramble to explain. His silence is not emptiness. It is containment, precision, a sword still in its sheath, sharp without needing to draw blood. You are taught to measure strength by how loud someone can get. But volume is not power. Predictability is not confidence. The Übermensch is unpredictable not because he plays games, but because he refuses to be baited. He watches, he studies, he lets the storm pass, and only then does he speak, if he speaks at all. Every word becomes a final word. Every pause becomes tension. His restraint becomes unbearable to those who cannot sit with their own thoughts. And this is what makes the silent powerful. Their silence bends the air. Their presence interrupts the script. They do not perform. They do not flinch. And because they do not react, others begin to fold inward. The silence becomes too heavy. too revealing. And in that wait, truth emerges, not because it was spoken, but because it could no longer hide. The Übermensch doesn't dominate with force. He disarms with stillness, and that is why he wins without ever needing to fight. Not all silence is power. Some silence is agony. You know this kind. It's the silence you held when your voice trembled but you said nothing. The one that grew in your chest when you swallowed your truth to avoid conflict, to keep the peace, to not be too much. You convinced yourself you were being strong, that your silence made you mature. But beneath that stillness lived a scream, one that never got to speak, because silence without sovereignty is not power, it's submission. There's a silence born from fear, the kind that teaches you to retreat instead of confront, to internalize instead of express. And every time you do, you bury a piece of yourself. You smile when you want to scream. You nod when your soul shakes its head. You stay quiet to protect someone else's comfort, even when it's destroying you. That's not virtue. That's self-erasure. And no one tells you how heavy it gets to carry all the words you never said. True silence is a choice. It comes after the voice has returned, not before. It is not avoidance. It is presence. It does not fear the truth. It has made peace with it. You must know the difference. Because if your silence comes from fear, from shame, from the need to be loved at the cost of yourself, it is not strength. It is a slow death. And you will wake one day with a life that was never yours. So before you go quiet, ask yourself, is this silence a boundary, or is it a cage? You are taught to be agreeable, to be polite, to be liked. Somewhere along the way, you began to confuse being good with being silent. You bit your tongue in the name of harmony. You smiled through discomfort because it made others feel safe. And slowly, without realizing it, you were trained to equate obedience with virtue. But obedience is not always noble. Sometimes it's just fear wearing a moral disguise. Nietzsche warned of this. He called it slave morality, a system designed to keep the powerful small, the wild tamed, the truth-tellers mute. It teaches you that anger is bad, that boundaries are selfish, that disagreement is dangerous. And so, you shrink yourself to be digestible. You clip your voice to be chosen. You abandon your edges so you can be touched. But the price of this moral conformity is high, because every time you betray your truth in the name of being liked, you teach the world that your comfort is negotiable. You were not made to be liked by everyone. You were made to be real. And realness has sharp edges. It is not always agreeable. It does not always feel safe. But it is honest. It is alive. The most dangerous lie you were ever sold is that your worth is dependent on your ability to please. Let that go. Let the world call you selfish. Let them call you cold. Better to be judged for your authenticity than praised for your obedience. Because the soul doesn't thrive in politeness. It thrives in truth. You've spent years measuring your worth by the echo of other people's approval. You've tried to be soft enough, agreeable enough, invisible enough to avoid conflict. But what if your real voice, the one buried beneath all the compromise, was never meant to keep the peace? What if it was meant to disturb the silence that never served you? The voice within you is not loud. It does not shout. It simply speaks in a tone that cannot be shaken. You don't need to perform to be valid. You don't need to explain to be understood. And you don't need to shout to reclaim your power. True voice is not about decibels. It's about depth. It's the kind of voice that doesn't tremble when no one claps. The kind that doesn't adjust itself for comfort. When you begin to honor your own inner voice, not the one shaped by fear, but the one rooted in truth, you stop waiting for permission. You stop apologizing for your presence. Let your silence become an affirmation, not an apology. Let it say, I do not need to respond to be whole. You're not here to win debates. You're here to remember your own clarity. You're not here to soothe everyone. You're here to hear yourself. Every moment you choose your own knowing over the urge to explain, you reclaim something sacred. Not noise, not agreement, but the steady, immovable presence of self-respect. You become untouchable the moment you stop needing to be understood. When someone cannot provoke you, cannot predict you, cannot pull you into their emotional chaos, they lose access to your power. And it's not because you built a wall, it's because you built a center. A place inside you that no longer moves just because the room starts shaking. Let others wonder what you're thinking. Let them fear your calm. Let them talk into the silence, waiting for a reaction that never comes. That space, that mystery, is not emptiness. It is sovereignty. You are not obligated to explain your silence. You are not required to narrate your growth. You owe no one your defense. The moment you stop reacting, they realize they no longer know how to reach you. And that terrifies them more than any insult ever could. Mastery is not loud. It is not performative. It is still. And in that stillness, you become something few people have the courage to become. Unreachable by manipulation. Unmoved by chaos, unbothered by noise. You become a mirror that no longer reflects their distortion, and in that mirror, they are forced to see themselves. But you just keep walking, quiet, clear, free. You are no longer here to win arguments. You are no longer here to prove your worth in every room you enter. The time has come to stop performing for people who only applaud when you're smaller, softer, easier to manage. This path isn't about becoming untouchable in the eyes of others. It's about becoming unshakable within yourself. You've spent years translating your truth into something digestible, diluting your depth to avoid conflict, shrinking your presence so others would feel comfortable. But the truth is, the more you explain, the more you invite distortion. The more you chase understanding, the more you lose yourself. And the more you respond to every criticism, every challenge, every misunderstanding, the more you tie your soul to the opinions of those who never really saw you in the first place. Now is the time to stop, not out of bitterness, not out of fear, but out of clarity. From this moment forward, your silence will not be empty. It will echo with presence. It will ring with certainty. It will speak louder than your words ever could. Let them wonder. Let them project. Let them fall apart, trying to decode what no longer belongs to them. Because the final transformation is not when you speak louder. It's when you no longer need to speak at all. And remember, the next video picks up where we left off here. Awakening builds upon each video. See you in the next one.